Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Fuel and Fumes podcast. We are your two hosts who bring you all the racing news and gambling picks every Friday morning. We bring all the racing series to the table, bringing all the breaking news from all the major racing series. McGregor, I'd say, how are we doing? But we don't
care how I'm doing. We got fucking John, everybody. Welcome.
We got John. I'm going to move away so John can sit and talk on my mic while I get my water. But McGregor, debrief him. Tell him who John is. John, take it away.
So this is our lovely editor-in-chief, John. John, you want to say hi?
Hello, everyone.
It is
an honor to be here.
He's one of the many famous, I don't even know how to describe you, like a persona, character that listeners have come to know and love. A lot of people have actually doubted if you're real or not, but this is the living, breathing proof. Here you are, John.
Hello, everyone. It is so nice to be here.
Yeah. This is John was with us as our videographer for maybe I want to say it was week 10 or 11. And we had this is back when we were in the basement and we had Spencer's room.
Yeah, and I was dedicated to do these videos for these boys, and I did not really understand the monster I was taking on. the fucking Godzilla of monstrosities.
Yeah, we were just talking about how you'd say you were going to do clips for us. It'd be a week, and then I'd say, Spencer, we can't rely on John.
Yeah.
But
Sit closer to your mic, John.
yeah, you made it. You made them crispy though.
Yeah, you made some really good ones.
Yeah.
We're gonna hate that.
That is wild. John, do you have any fun stories that you gotta get out of the chamber, or what? Any good racing bits?
Fun stories.
Let's keep it racing.
Racing or racing?
How many times you've been in pit lane in the Indy 500?
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Is this something we should talk about? I don't know.
Is
this something I could get us in trouble?
So let's keep it hypothetical about your buddy Timmy.
So Timmy was very dedicated to get into pit lane at the Indy 500, and on the 400th and probably 498 lap of the Indy 500. Timmy, how many laps are in the Indy 500?
Like 260. It's 200. I swear it's like 260 laps.
No, it's 500 laps.
Bro, it's 500 miles.
Oh, it's 500 miles. No, it just shows how much I know. Yeah. Anyway, so on the last lap, Timmy would send it down to victory lane, and he would bypass security. So at one point he actually got onto the track when the cars were still coming down pit lane, and Timmy got a big no for that.
Yeah,
screamed at. So he got back onto the grid wall and ran, and at one point he was probably 2 feet away from what's his name? Christian Lundgaard? No,
Joseph Newgarden.
Christian Lundgaard hasn't won a 500 yet.
Yeah.
Joseph Newgarden, and he was very close.
But when he ran up in the stands, right?
Yeah, ran right up in the stands.
And Timmy was ready.
Timmy was ready. He could smell his sweat.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was quite. He told me it was quite a rush.
Yeah.
I also saw
Timmy.
No.
Oh, he saw Timmy.
I saw Timmy see one of the big cameramen. I don't know if there's a clip, but he fell back and the camera just crushed him.
Oh gosh.
But yeah,
poor guy.
That was a
500 to remember.
That was a hell of a day. Yeah. That was me. Yeah, me and Spencer, our first Indy 500 saw Joseph Newgarden win the.
No, we didn't. That's the wrong 500.
No, you guys saw Ericsson win your first
Marcus
one.
Ericsson win the.
And then Ericsson should have won. For the second one, got robbed because Joseph Newgarden and his now illegal moves.
Yeah, that got banned.
Yeah, you can't split the partition like that anymore.
We said it when it happened. We said you should not be allowed.
Yeah. No, yeah.
What was the other controversial thing? It's like no, you shouldn't be able to start.
No. But shouldn't be able to go back to green.
Yeah.
With 3 laps left or something like that.
Yeah.
Or it was 1 lap, wasn't it?
One singular lap.
Mhm.
That's
And
what
it
it
shouldn't
felt
go
like this
green
year.
after that. That was
Yeah.
nonsensical.
But
I think the best 500, I would say, I have an idea of what my favorite 500 from 2022, 3, and 4. What was your favorite 500? I know which one you're going to say, but I disagree.
Definitely my first one.
yeah,
By
Erickson
far,
winning?
dude.
Yeah.
That was just to be down because I was at their pit box on the last
that's
lap.
crazy.
The last lap. So I could see like them realizing that he was gonna win.
Yeah.
And just seeing like because Erickson's family, pit chief, crew person.
Crew chief, yeah.
Crew chief, like just seeing them all like
Yeah. Just erupt with happiness.
And then I ran with them to victory lane.
No way.
Yeah. So that or Timmy did.
Timmy. Well, no, you were there for the first one.
You had credentials for that.
Yeah.
Timmy had credentials for that one.
No.
Did he?
Timmy wasn't there.
No, Timmy had credentials.
No, Timmy was only at this past.
Timmy didn't
500.
get hired yet. Yeah.
Yeah. Timmy was new to the team.
But that was unreal.
Not
man.
on the team.
That was crazy energy.
That was the best event. I would say the best race was this year.
Yeah, this past year was
Last year's
wild.
race was
I've never
But-
felt a rush like that
no.
in a
Yeah.
sport.
Oh, dude, man, if Pato,
And it was
Holy-
getting to be a night
Yeah.
race at that point.
yeah,
Dude, the way the sun was coming down, it was not too hot. It was just like
yeah,
dude,
but
just been rained out all day.
when Pato was leading, you could feel the energy through the
Yeah.
entire track. It was unreal.
It was like static.
like I'm
man,
even getting goosebumps now thinking about it. Like I bet you our Mexican coworker, like he
yeah.
I wasn't friend
the affiliate.
some might say.
Yeah, some.
Up in the stands. Like you guys were with him. He was probably
I just watched him go. He did surrender cobra, like
Yeah.
hands behind the head, like
I can imagine.
watching it, and then it just unfolds in front of him.
Once Newgarden made that last move, it just pulled the outlet.
Yeah, it's just
Yanked the cord.
everything drained.
I was down at Pato's pit box too for that. And I could
That's right.
I could see like Pato's family just crushed. Like
Yeah.
they
Pato was crushed.
oh yeah. Yeah, you could
Like he sat in that car for a good like 3 minutes there, and then his family all kind of came in and
Well, just imagine that. You're thinking you're gonna win the Indy 500.
At least he made the move.
yeah, you know what?
That was
It's better to have gone for it and lost it.
go down
than-
swinging.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He didn't ever surrender, which is
No. It was
true
like-
testament.
yeah.
He will get one. Fingers crossed.
He will. I know
He will. Unless he gets this so-called McLaren drive in Formula One that he keeps testing for. But
You know, I did
That's
not hear about that, but Spencer probably did because I don't keep up on this.
Yeah,
and
no.
Spencer should probably. You need to get another mic, man.
dude, we do. We should get a 3-man podcast
We
going.
should get a 3-man podcast. John, you could be in it. For the podcaster.
Potentially.
Yeah. You probably got more like some good racing stories up in that head. Like of all this,
See, it
things-
needs to be cracked open though.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
all around there. Just it needs to be like
we need to like draw it out of you.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a little claw machine game.
Exactly. We'll work on it.
Yeah.
We'll get
If you asked me like to tell you a story, I'd be like,
yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I shit my pants. Or something. I don't know.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's been real, man.
It's been real. See ya. See you
I
tomorrow.
didn't feel good.
That didn't. I don't like it.
Hey, don't forget your little trinket purse.
Your little your pill pouch.
We got to have John on a full episode. We went to go start it and traffic was bad. So I said, John, you got to hop on the pod real quick for the boys. Everyone thinks John doesn't exist.
He
So.
delivered. Thank you, John.
Don't forget your trinkets.
Yeah. Well done, John. Yeah,
Just now everyone knows he's real.
he is real. He's larger than life.
larger
just
than
say
life.
that.
Yeah. Most people
And-
don't think he exists. He's not a figure we made up. He is not anime.
Can you
He
imagine
exists.
John was just a lie that we've been telling ourselves?
We're just schizophrenic.
Like I've been like I've known John since I was very young, elementary school days, and imagine I just perpetuated this lie and somehow got him hired, got you guys all, diving into the lie.
And then he just wasn't
He
real.
just wasn't real.
We had him and
It's
paying
just
him real money.
schizophrenic episode.
Yeah, you're just
That'd be wild.
yeah, you're just sending money into an offshore account that doesn't exist in Sonoda's name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
fucking Timmy, man.
Fucking Timmy.
Well, now that we've shown and proved that John does exist, Before we actually head fully into this episode, we want to shout out that this episode and all our other episodes are fueled by C4 Energy. Remember to use code FUMES, that is Fumes, for 20% off at checkout. That does not apply to Canadian listeners. We're working on it.
Yeah, we've been working on it.
We're
going to get it done. But you know what? C4 has been the that and a little bit of motivation has just been getting me through working out again back in the gym. It's always tough, but it gets easier with C4 because it just fires you up. Even it's like motivation in a can, Spencer. It just, when you don't want to be going, it gets you going. Or when you're not going and you want to be going, it gets you going. So
I thought you said motivational camp. I could see like them doing their own boot camp, but I reheard that you actually said can.
I would go to a C4 motivational boot camp. I would attend. I'd be better for it, I think.
You know what it'd actually be? It would actually just end up being like a motivational speech conference, and then you'd be all amped up on C4 ready to work out, but they just wanted to talk to you about life and goal and perseverance.
Yeah. I think it'd be not too dissimilar from a mogul day.
Ooh, mogul day. We could get into it if you really want to and explain what mogul day is.
You want to do mogul day?
You can explain mogul day because you know more about mogul day than I do.
Mogul day. Mogul is an adjective for somebody who loves the idea of business. Whether or not they do legitimate business is a different question. Some have been, successful, but they are often the targets and subjects of door-to-door pyramid schemes that promise, better life, you get to manage
fancy cars,
sales, and do all this. But moguls are people that I've encountered who often wear suits, not great suits,
H&M suits.
H&M, like, I'm not throwing stones from a glass house here, but like prom day suits, like draft day suits that you buy from like Walmart. So with the idea of looking and smelling rich, because another thing that a mogul likes is lots of cologne.
Yes.
But yeah, so it's just kind of a group of people that I've encountered through my travels. And yeah, we've been lucky enough to, see some of them in the wild where you feel like you're intruding on their business meetings. And then you also get to watch them work out in the same breadth of, a couple hours. So.
And this is something that you're probably trying to imagine in your head, not being in the same space, but it is. It happens all in one space.
Yeah, and rude has been one word that I've come up with those for some of these people.
Interesting.
Not painting with a broad brush here. Painting with a pretty wide
unique
brush, a little broad. Yeah.
Yes. Interesting little characters.
Yeah, not ones that I speak too fondly of, but yeah, that's a mogul for you.
That's a good way to define it. You could put it in the Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, I think I should. But yeah, that's just my little brief description of a mogul. They've been problems in my day-to-day life every now and again, so thought we'd bring them up.
Yeah, an ad read into the definition of a mogul. Truly,
it's true value.
Podcast.
We're standing on business here. We're giving out value for free.
People ask what happened in our lives, and this is what happens.
We document it every week with this lovely little podcast. So yeah, it's good. Spencer, before we get into the news, how are you doing? We pretty good. We kind of both got overshadowed by the legend that is John. Yeah, anything to report on?
I'm just happy I could get John on for even if it's 10 minutes of his time. I want to do a full episode with John.
I think we just keep bringing him on 10 minutes at a time, and we'll get the listeners.
The problem is, like, John scares me in the fact that there are certain things that he says that he shouldn't, and then it just ends up being a clip fest. But the more and more we bring John on, the more comfortable he gets, and the more risks he takes, which is again a frightening thing to.
That and like an old car, John has what you call reliability issues.
Yes. He's like a 1998 Cadillac.
Yeah. Other than burning oil, he produces some smells.
Yeah, he's just a character, and I would like to continue to get John on. I know you asked about how I was, but I'm happy we got John on.
Yeah.
Been trying to get him on for 67 weeks now. We've had him try to say Nikita Mazepin, which he could not say and still can't say to this day.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I'm doing good. End of the Formula One season kind of sucks. But it's a quick turnaround in terms of other sports. You're back on the ice really quick.
Yeah.
So the boys are on and off.
It's only
pretty
like
quick.
100 days.
Yeah, it's quick. So racing's good in that regard because, it ends up sparking up real quick.
But the longest off season in sports is, drumroll, any guesses?
Is it motorsports related?
Yeah.
Is it IndyCar?
It is.
Oh,
It's IndyCar. I think it's one of the longer off seasons.
makes sense. It is a shorter season and they don't race that much really.
No, because they really condense it into, 3 or 4 months.
Yep.
Yeah, May, June, July, August, and then you get 2 races in September, 3 races.
2.
So
yeah, 2 or 3.
Yeah.
The one thing I on the topic of IndyCar is I think I might try to sneak away and we go to Mid Ohio this year.
yeah,
I think it's close enough to drive to. It's not a ridiculous drive.
Let's do it.
It's a little bit in the middle of nowhere, but it's a unique track that I think the boys will like.
Mhm.
It's like literally in a forest in the middle of nowhere. You're very like, even though you're not really southern, it feels like you're in like the southern United States.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of nowhere, and it's almost carny like. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, because so Mid Ohio's got all the statues and stuff, right? Or is that VIR?
It might be VAR because literally
VAR.
the way that Mid Ohio is just like a shack, and then there's just like little pop-up tents.
Yeah.
It almost feels like you're on a fairground, but there's a race going on.
See, that's how Nashville felt when you were in the track. It was like, okay, you're in an IndyCar paddock, but outside, it was like NASCAR. I don't think I ever realized how much of a draw NASCAR is. But they're these massive grandstands. Like I'm talking a couple hundred rows high, and it's about the width of the main straight, and then everything else around is just viewing. And they had like 4 or 5 lane roads getting in there and out of there. Like it is mental.
They got boys
how
coming
large it
out.
is. But yeah, it was just empty everywhere else. So yeah,
Interesting
indeed.
Yeah, I definitely think Mid Ohio is a cool one to get to. So I think we'll try to sneak out to that. But
we still got to get to a NASCAR race, and I'm still thinking it should be Pocono.
I think it should be Pocono. Not only, I think we could also sneak out to like a Glen Abbey.
Glen Abbey.
Oh, Watkins Glen. For
Yes,
some reason,
yes.
I always mix up the ski resort with the track. I don't know why.
Glen Abbey, that's a golf course, is it?
Yeah,
not?
it's a golf
Oh,
course.
yeah.
And not only is it's a ski resort in the States, I don't know why I always mix those two up. I don't know why.
2 words
I don't
in America.
know why.
Makes
don't know
sense. I mean,
why.
dude, Watkins Glen, NASCAR, that's what legends are made.
And I've
of.
never been there before.
I haven't either.
Yeah, I tried to get out this year, but NASCAR would not give me a pass no matter what I did.
Yeah, they're.
it was IMSA. It wasn't NASCAR. It was IMSA.
Yes.
Apparently,
that's right.
IMSA is one of the hardest passes to get, which I don't understand because it's probably one of the smallest racing series that is a legitimate racing series.
But it should be bigger. And you know how you do that?
You
Grow
allow
the
people
sport.
to come. So,
Yep, exactly. But
mm-hmm.
BS. Anyways, Formula One season over. Spencer, our lives have gotten A, more harder, or B, not so hard.
Probably mix of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably mix. It's going to be a lot of guest orientation here.
But yeah, it is also, it sucks not having racing on nearly every weekend. I mean, with all the 1 month gaps or 3 week gaps, it kind of didn't feel like it. But
however, next year will be one of the most exciting Formula One seasons to date.
Yeah, for sure.
We're hyping up to a fantastic race season for next year already. I'm excited. It's going to be very, I think, Nico Rosberg, Lewis Hamilton-esque. I don't think it's going to be that tight with teammates, but I do think that it can be with those, how competitive McLaren is. And Ferrari looks good too with Hamilton, especially switching to the team. I think there's a lot of excitement towards next season. So I'm amped to kind of see how next season plays out, even though it's in November or December now. I'm excited to kind of see what kind of comes together.
Yeah, like no matter which way you slice it, as this season went on, all you did was get more competitors. You know, every new week it seemed like somebody was bringing a new upgrade or something that was put them in the mix. And we haven't seen that in many years, especially with this many people getting wins, you know. So next season is going to be unbelievable.
I'm excited. I'm already excited.
Fingers crossed. Hopefully we're not totally jinxing it right now. But.
No, I don't think so at all. I think I'm really excited too, just for the betting lines to kind of see what is scrambled up. I think there's a lot to kind of bank on and a lot of a lot of question marks to next season of who will do really well and who will win the constructors and who will win the drivers championship. So I think there's a lot to kind of look at, and I'm excited to kind of see what transpires.
And I'm going to be honest, I really didn't give a shit about the constructors championship until this year, because it's always just been Red Bull winning with one car.
Yeah.
And here we are now.
Yep.
It was an exciting fight to the end. I mean, well, it kind of fizzled out at the start of the race, but everything's in contention now.
It did. And now you have McLaren, who wins the 2024 Constructors Championship by 666 points. They're first since 1998 with Mika Hakkinen. And we actually had one of those cars here, but now it's gone.
1998. Oh, shit. Was that not a championship year for him?
Mika Hakkinen? It was.
Yeah.
Mika Hakkinen won 98 and 99.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, we actually had that car at Hall of Fame Collection. You can see us on Instagram and our website, hofcollection.com. Beautiful stuff on the website.
The best in the world.
The best.
Exactly. No other company's even holding a candle to what we have.
Not a small lit candle.
It is all 100% authentic and verified. It's just the best.
Sweet,
hands down.
Sweet little ad in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was a great race this week with McLaren, clinching the constructors. We saw a spectacular drive by Norris, and not only Norris, but Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton ended up clawing his way back, drove from 16th to 4th in this week's Grand Prix. Another mighty performance along what has been an unmatched partnership of success with Mercedes since he joined the team in 2013. We saw Lewis, do some donuts. McGregor loved that. Seeing him whip around and kind of just really embrace his last race with Mercedes as he's switching to Ferrari. He's been with the team for over a decade, so it's kind of crazy to see him switch teams, but we'll see kind of how he can continue his legacy in the red beast that's Ferrari.
Yeah, I didn't expect to get emotional over something like this, but man, it was like it's weird. It's kind of all you've known, right? Like, or all we've known. So, I love seeing it. It was fantastic. Also, not to, Lewis had a great drive, but potentially better was Charles Leclerc, starting 19th on the grid, comes back, finishes on the podium, third place.
I think he must have been third.
Must have been third. Still, what a drive.
Yep. What a drive.
To claw back like that and just to blaze the field. Like, he made that look easy. Actually, both of them, Lewis and Charles, made it look easy.
Made it look easy. So it's going to be an exciting season. I'm going to keep beating this over the head, but I'm excited for next season already.
So also one thing that I was quite excited about going into the race was the beef between Max Verstappen and George Russell. I don't know if you've seen all their massive comments. Basically, Max saying that he was going to put Russell's head into the wall. Bad tasting comment. Just not good. But I was hoping there would be maybe potential for more sparks between those two because I'm absolutely loving this, or loved it as it happened, but didn't happen.
Yeah, maybe Russell can get in there, throw a leg in there while he sees PK or Kvyat's kid walk by, stick a little leg out, make it real personal. But yeah, it's been interesting. I don't know why these specifically Russell wants to be I don't know what the word is.
He's almost white knighting the situation.
It's a good way to
make
put
sense.
No,
like he's like, somebody's got to stand up for Max and it's gonna be me, or stand up to Max and it's gonna be me.
Yeah. It's an interesting beef. I loved how they didn't sit together at the F1 dinner. I think that's a little petty.
But you know what they did do was there's a drivers association team photo at the end of the year. All the drivers were there, and it looked like the two heads of the drivers association, right and left of dead center, and in between them was Max and George.
Hilarious.
What
a weird little side quest that we never thought would happen. A legitimate beef between F1 drivers.
Wasn't on my bingo card.
List, no. And continue on the topic of Max Verstappen, he will not actually end up facing any consequences, as he shouldn't, for the heated radio message at this weekend's past Grand Prix, which he called the FIA a bunch of stupid idiots for handing him a penalty. On Sunday's race, he received a 10-second penalty for colliding with Oscar Piastri in the first corner and reacted very angrily, and his penalty ended up giving him 10 seconds. And he had asked, can we ask for 20 seconds? Stupid idiots, Verstappen said on the Red Bull team radio.
Dang.
Yeah, I don't think he should. I think it's stupid. I think these grown men can say what they want. They get heat in the car. Let them yell. Let them swear. Whatever. Who cares? They pay for the seat. They're in there. They're racing well. Whatever.
And I was while this was coming up, I thought, you know what? Every other sport, you get a penalty for chirping the ref.
Mhm.
You know, hockey, you call him an idiot. You know, he might not say anything the first time, but you know, 2-3 times later, you're in the box. You're in the sin bin. This is the only sport where you have direct microphone communication with some version of a referee, whether that's somebody. It's not the actual people making the decision, which is the nice thing about, you know, hockey, soccer. You can actually berate the people making the decision.
Yep.
But you know, Max is just kind of chucking insults across the table to these people that are working. So, yeah, it's a bit weird.
Yeah, it's a bit strange, but this continues to be a topic of F1 drivers on the team radio yelling and swearing, and they want to give them consequences. But Max gets away with this. I love it. Let him chirp.
This offseason, though, I'm praying that there is a rewrite of the rule book or a
adjustment,
a review of what is and isn't a 5-10 to whatever. You know, I think there needs to be more grades to this, and there needs to be clear-cut definitions of what, you know, impeding is and shit like that. So to make sure that the decisions can be quick, just, and not at a proportion like this.
Yep, I agree.
But fingers crossed. You can only hope for so much. And at the end of the day, it is the FIA.
And they make the rules.
They make the rules, and they're getting the paycheck regardless. So they don't actually have an incentive to be better, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
They're like the king judges of medieval times.
Exactly. They're the gladiator that says thumbs up, thumbs down, you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
But
very good way to put it.
Exactly.
Always go back to just medieval times references.
Everything goes back. Yeah.
People get it. Although the F1 season finished and ended, we got preseason testing right away for 2025. I guess I'm calling it 2025, even though
I think it's postseason testing,
Yeah.
but you are technically right.
Yeah.
It is preseason. We're just a little pre of the season. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the cars got on track right after the Grand Prix. I think they were on track, Monday, Tuesday?
Yeah.
Something along those lines. And I loved seeing Yuki Tsunoda in the Red Bull. He labeled this car as a very different car after his maiden F1 test for the squad. Although he's part of the Red Bull team, he actually didn't get a handle of the Red Bull car. And this was his actual first proper test in that Red Bull car after this weekend's race, of course. While the times were largely irrelevant because of the different programs that every team was running, Tsunoda had said he had never actually been happier with his laps in the RB20 as he finished third. It says third in the Constructors' Championship.
The RB20 did.
The RB20 did. So, yeah, he looked comfortable. And the point of this article specifically that I put up, bringing up why I want to talk about Yuki in the seat, was because I do think that Yuki deserves this seat over Liam Lawson. The discussion recently has been that Liam Lawson is going to take over that Red Bull seat in change for Sergio Perez, and I don't think he deserves it. I don't think he's proven enough. I don't think he is tenured enough driver to hop in that seat. I think that Yuki deserves it. He's been there since I think he's been in the seat since 2021. So he's been racing in Formula One for over 3 years now. I just think that if we're looking at just based off driving skill and just overall experience, I think that Yuki deserves that over Lawson. If we're assuming that Lawson is supposed to get that seat, I think that Yuki deserves it plenty over Lawson.
Yeah, I think Yuki definitely deserves it. Whether or not he's going to get it, completely different story. Just because, you know, it'd be the right thing to do to give Yuki that seat, as he has been waiting for it. And he also out-qualified Lawson every session that they were both in the same car for. So that's kind of a +1. Whether or not, you know, Yuki's able to handle the RB, like, it could be a blessing that he's not in the Red Bull car, because he could have, you know, gotten chewed up, spit out, and that would have just been the end of him. But he's kind of gotten, like, he's had this, you know, a decently long time to establish himself in the junior program. Now he might finally be ready. You know,
I think if I'm to pick any Red Bull or any driver to fill that Red Bull seat, I'm picking Yuki.
I'm picking Yuki as well. And I Do I think that Perez is making it to next year? No.
No.
He keeps saying he has a contract.
No.
But the ambiguous
Universal.
like the yellings from the Red Bull team are basically like, Perez knows what is going to happen. He knows what we've got to do. But yeah, that's just an alarm bell going off in my head. But yeah, you're completely right, because there were other Red Bull victims or candidates, should I say, in the postseason testing, including Isaac Hajar,
Nice.
Hajar, maybe.
No, you nailed it.
And Iwasa, I think it was. Where is he? Yeah, Ayuma Iwasa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Iwasa finishing 6th and Hajar finishing 15th. I've heard rumors that Hajar is going up, that Hajar is going to RB in place of whoever takes a seat at Red Bull. Are they? Should they? I don't know.
Question mark?
Maybe they shouldn't. But
we don't know.
There are some other good results here. Carlos Sainz Jr. going second fastest in a Williams. Of course, run plans and everything are completely different. They did 146 laps, which makes me think that they could have.
It's a lot of laps.
They could have gotten like some quality laps in, while other people may not have, or low fuel runs, that kind of thing. But
wow, Dragovich too, putting in 146 laps. Wow.
Dragovich is also 21st fastest, which is very scary.
And he did tied with the most laps with Sainz. Wow.
Yeah. So maybe Dragovich is still coming to grips with the car. But considering he's been out of F2, he was F2 champion, I believe, and out of the car for about 2 years now.
Yep.
Hasn't really been doing too much other than testing. Like, it's a little bit worrying for his prospects, especially when Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso are the two that need to go, who seem to be there forever. Yeah, I think I'll leave it there. Okay. Lando Norris and Piastri down in 16th and 19th. Again,
just
run
testing.
Plans, just testing. But it gives you a good glimpse into what's going on here. So yeah, I got the next story.
Okay, give it
a go. So Ferrari has confirmed that it will supply Cadillac with engines and gearboxes in 2026. So Ferrari signed a multi-year agreement with Andretti Cadillac to supply power units and gearboxes for its planned Formula One team debut. The Italian manufacturer has confirmed the deal with a statement on Tuesday. Ferrari currently supplies power units for Haas and Sauber, and will become Audi's works team after next season. So Ferrari's going to be supplying a major portion of the grid here now, with the addition of 2 more in 2026. They're going to be getting pretty close to Mercedes, who I think do about a third or just over half. So yeah, there's it'll be a good constructors battle, at least. Hopefully the Cadillac can come with a competent aero package. And the other news story that I've got, Bortoleto clinches the F2 title as Hajar stalls in the finale.
That's tough.
It's such a tough clip to watch.
You showed me, and it's just
he's on the grid. Everybody is just whizzing by, taking off. But Gabriel Bortoleto, the future stake driver, has won the 2024 Formula 2 championship, and that's all she wrote.
That's tough. Just sitting there with your pants down and nothing you can do about it is a tough way to look for the kid.
And you know what? This is weird because Bortoleto is going to be one of the first F2 champions in a while to go straight from his championship year into an F1 seat.
Nice.
Which
kind of baller. It's
kind of nice that one in every probably 6 or 8 get a straight shot.
McGregor's getting his rookie year next year. He's asked for it. He's begged for it. He started an F1 podcast, and it has transpired. So.
And here we are. And part of it is that I like new faces on the grid. I hate saying goodbye to Bottas and K-Mag. And but
there's a button there.
It does add for a little bit of excitement when someone like Bortoleto or a Hajar just goes straight off into cops in the rain or something like that. It's just wild.
It's going to be interesting to see the new talent. And I know I've said it 8 times this podcast, but the season's hyping up already.
Season is hyping up for sure.
That's all
can't
I
wait.
got.
I can't wait. And I mean, there's 1,000,001 IndyCar news stories.
Oh yeah, Devlin getting his seat at Ray Hall
RL,
Letterman
yeah.
Racing. Yeah,
That's big.
yeah.
That's about the only one I can think of off the top of my head. Oh, Callum got an LMP2 seat for the Rolex 24.
Very cool.
Very nice. With Pratt Miller Racing, I believe. He's racing alongside James Rowe and Pietro Fittipaldi and someone else. I can't remember his name, but he
had it like recently.
Yeah, it was great.
Very good.
Very nice. Oh shit, I forgot the t-shirt. It's in the room.
Yeah, we got t-shirts.
Woo!
We say it every week. We got t-shirts.
We got t-shirts. If you want to buy one, just go ahead and send us a DM.
Say hello.
Let us know. We will give you all the instructions and get it off to you. It's just great.
They're great.
I'm happy to see them go out. People are actually buying them now, so get yours now.
Cozy, we're gonna send you a new t-shirt because it's falling apart, my friend. And I have not seen any t-shirt deteriorate like that because I think you're sleeping in it. So we will get you a new t-shirt.
I genuinely think he's got the most worn Fuel and Fumes t-shirt. That thing's gonna go for millions.
It's a seasoned vet, man.
Like well, hold on. Backstory. So ran into Cozy at the Toronto Indy. He was one of the few people that were wearing the Fuel and Fumes t-shirts. And I don't know what, I think it was just hot that day, but that could have just been, I think his sweat was bleaching it.
We need to get him a new one.
I'm going to cut that as well. So
we are going to get you a brand new t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's on us. You can have it.
It's on us.
It's on us.
See you soon, Cozy.
Other than that, that's all I got.
Hey, man.
McGregor,
We
are
out of here.
goodbye. Goodbye, everyone.